Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. Before I go any further, I want to show you this beautiful dress shirt that I received as a birthday gift from Michelle Swan Graham, also known as Shell, also known as Swan of Dreamers on YouTube. And I want to tell you, I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a quick close-up of the sleeves. Did not know it, because the first time I tried it on like, like this and all that other stuff. But looky, and by the way, Michelle, if you're watching, this shirt is beautiful. I'm so happy with this shirt. I'm even happier that it has this little design on the back. And of course, I'm happy that it buttons on the top, so you chose beautifully well. And you know what? People of any size can wear floral prints. Seriously. In the meantime, right now the time is approximately 8:44 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Wednesday, January 29th, 2020, or 2020. The sun is in Aquarius, and the moon is waxing in Aries, sign of new beginnings. So this is the official Notions and Potions February 2020 video. I have the honor and pleasure of returning to Notions and Potions on Main Street in Beacon, New York, or as I lovingly call it, freaking Beacon, baby! Beacon is a municipality in the Dutchess County and Hudson Valley areas of New York State. It's not New York City, and it's not quite upstate New York. It's kind of like a little bit between the two. But it's a little bit closer to upstate New York than it is to New York City. Anyway, so I have the honor and pleasure of returning, and this month I'll be there for 3 days. So I will be giving readings at Notions and Potions from Friday, February 7th through Sunday, February 9th, 2020. And I want to talk a little bit about the dates specifically. So according to my trusty copy of Llewellyn's 2020 Daily Planetary Guide, Saturday, February 8th on the Pacific coast of the United States is the date of the full moon in Leo. However, on my side of the country, the eastern coast, or the eastern time zone, the full moon is on Sunday, February 9th, 2020, and also a full moon in Leo. So I will be giving readings at Notions and Potions on Friday, February 7th from 12 noon to 6:30 p.m., on Saturday, February 8th, 2020, from 12 noon until 6:30 p.m., and on Sunday, February 9th, 2020, from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind about Notions and Potions on Saturday, February 9th. In a lot of municipalities in Dutchess County and in the Hudson Valley areas of New York State, the second Saturday of the month is usually very popular. They have a lot of things going on, they have a lot of different events. So when it comes to giving readings at Notions and Potions on a second Saturday, I even more strongly recommend arriving earlier. Also keep in mind that Notions and Potions does not accept any other payment for readings except cash. So for those of you who are going to either have a reading with me in person at Notions and Potions, or if you're going to surprise me, which I love that, I cannot over-recommend that you make sure that you have the cash on hand. Now, keep in mind that there are different fees for readings at Notions and Potions. My fees for readings at Notions and Potions are the fees for all the readers at Notions and Potions. My fees for readings at Notions and Potions are not the same at all for my fees for readings at Catland, also known as Catland Books, in the Bushwick District of Brooklyn, or when I give readings at Ripley Greer Studios in Midtown Manhattan, also in New York City, or when I give readings any other location. That's very, very important. My readings are not the same everywhere you go. And that's important to keep in mind, because in the past people would come to me for a reading in a certain location and they thought that my readings were the same, the fees were the same there, and I'm like, who told you that? No. So please, spare yourself any discomfort, spare yourself any drama, trauma, melodrama, or as I call it, DTM for short. Make sure that you know what the fees are, and they are $85 for 1 hour. Oosh. You know what? I didn't write it down, So for my own peace of mind, in the description box, I'm going to list how much the readings are for me, with me and all the other readers at Notions and Potions, because I do not want to redo this video. I look really good in this shirt, you know. But it is a full moon weekend, and full moon weekends have been really working for me at Notions and Potions. It's like a lot of powerful energy, and of course it's interesting that it's a full moon in Leo weekend. And I say interesting mainly from a Western astrological perspective, because remember, the sun rules Leo, the moon rules Cancer. A full moon in Leo is really a very powerful time to be seen, to be out and about, to consult the stars, because remember, the sun is a star in astronomy, and it rules Leo, which is the sign of the lioness. As I love, well, I mean, even if you're a male-born male under the sign Leo, it's still the sign of the lioness, I say. Well, what do I know? But, oh, pardon me, it's water time. There's that Cancer connection right there, all that water. But I do recommend that if you are going to have a reading with me at Notions and Potions on either Friday, February 7th, Saturday, February 8th, or Sunday, February 9th, 2020, that you arrive earlier than later, and make sure that you have the cash on hand. And I will include in the description box for this video how much the fees are for readings at Notions and Potions. I will include it in the accompanying blog post as well. And definitely make sure that you have everything you need with you. Personally, I don't have an issue with a client audio taping or audio recording the reading. My thing is, it really depends on what's going on. And keep in mind that at Notions and Potions, the reading area is open with the exception of a curtain. So anybody that's talking in the store could be part of the audio recording. Any music that's being played in the store will be part of the audio recording. It's not like when I give readings at Catland, which has a separate physical space that's closed by a door in the reading area. So in the reading corner, the reading space. So I don't have an issue with you audio taping me or audio recording me when I'm giving you a reading, especially at Notions and Potions or any place else where I give a reading in a public venue. My thing is, at Notions and Potions, you might get more of what's going on out behind that circle. Behind that curtain, or in front of that curtain. We're the ones behind the curtain. But in front of that curtain, it could be something else entirely. So some of that sound may carry into the reading if you audio recorded at Notions and Potions. Something to keep in mind. I don't have an issue with you audio recording, but you might get more of what's going on in front of the curtain than what's going on with the reading behind the curtain. Which is why when anybody has a reading with me, any place, I recommend having a backup. So you are more than welcome to take written notes. In fact, I recommend that. And it's so funny because I've only started remembering all the things that are on my smartphone. So I tend to not audio record with my smartphone. I tend to just basically. And then again, I usually turn my phone off when I'm participating in an event or having a reading, or certainly when I'm leading an event, my phone is off. It's like you can text me 50,000 times for the duration of that event that I'm leading, but you will not get me directly until that event is concluded. That's how I roll professionally, ladies and gentlemen, you know. But with that being said, I do recommend that you arrive earlier than later, especially if you're going to have a reading with me at Notions and Potions on the second Saturday, which is February 8th, 2020. I also recommend that you have the cash on hand for the length of reading that you want. And I definitely recommend that you audio record and take written notes. And of course, I absolutely recommend that you have your list of questions handy. That way you can get the full value of your reading with me at Notions and Potions. But in the meantime, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much for honoring the staff and the people that give readings at Notions and Potions, and all of us and all that we do too. Thank you to those of you who've had readings with me either at Ripley Greer Studios or at Catland Books or any place else. And of course, thank you to those of you who have liked my videos, commented on my videos, shared my videos, and or have already availed yourselves of my psychic services in the beginning of 2020, and those of you who are going to avail yourselves of my psychic services between now and the conclusion of 2020, the year of a solid, balanced foundation. Thank you, and good night.